Yeah. Okay. Hold up. Yeah. I'm chasing a bag, I'm racing the clock. Look at them block, watching them flop. Used to see this in my sleep. When I ain't had shit on my thoughts in the car, I really was lost. Now I'm public with the soundscapes. Niggas floss, I'm really pulling strings for the pound cake. I see you went for a puppet in the clown face for a little wage. That shit the talk of the town is late. Still me, I never switch sides. Came a long way with the gas tank running on fumes. Wonder why you full on the envy. When it's all love, when I fall through with the young bulls, get them niggas a kidney, but you ain't mob, you a op. Must be lost in the sauce. Been here for the art and the jump start. Wanted this a small pack the lunchbox with the Kool-Aid jammers. And I'm still throwing tantrum. I'm set to roam around the planet where they know the songs and they chant them. The vision turned into fruition. I'm really liking how it's panning. They call me collector, you thought I planned it. Shit been crazy, then it fell into place. Now everything's stable. I'm all in on the table. You selling that fable, we know that it's made up. We know what you made of. I do better offline, yeah. I've been calling to a guy. I'm in tune with the signs. I'm just trying to let go. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to do fine. Moon landed with the elevation. Arm strong with the levitation. My third eye needed calibration. I was heat rock when I notated. I've been going crazy. Stone face when I kill beat, leaving no trace on location. Premeditated, ayy. Can't even be still, feel like more than a minute. The way that they play out, I don't wanna miss out on no part of this shit. Feel like I'm deep in the plot of a flick, and I'm the star of this shit. And I've been playing my part since back when we started this shit. Feeling charged, got a little coin on me, and I sauce with the nits. I'm a boss, I'm a prick. With the cold showed up in the Doja in the fourth quarter, no assist. And the forms had a crisp. I'm the calm in the storm. I took my own struggle when I flipped it. And the hustle been legitimate. It's so many blessings, I might be allergic. How I move the treating to sound like I'm stirring. I'm working the pot till it's firm. I serve like Serena, do it the cleanest. You not on my wave, you can't handle the current. Nah, that's just a teaser, yeah. I'ma be me. Take it or leave it. I do better offline, yeah. I've been calling to a guy. I'm in tune with the signs. I'm just trying to let go. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to do fine.
I told her meet me in the back. That ass fat and she don't know how to act. When she back that thing up on the nigga, it's a rap. I'm just trying to hit it once, I'ma take it to the back. Think she came in with a man, but she leaving with me, yeah. Cause she know that I'm the man. Said she got a plan and she know me from the gram. Oh man, I think she might could be a fan. Made me think twice, so it might could be a scam. Oh yeah, might be fire. But one thing I hate is a liar. Cause I don't know who you was prior. Trying to set a nigga up, you could try, but whoa, these hoes ain't love you. Probably took your number, but you know I won't call you. Gotta stay on point, cause I can't fall for you. They said pussy run the world, can't let it control you or destroy you, yeah. I love all women, I'm 10 steps ahead when I know what y'all doing. Yeah, he a nice guy, but you won't talk to him. Unless he got cash, then you probably gon' screw him. I told her meet me in the back. That ass fat and she don't know how to act. When she back that thing up on the nigga, it's a rap. I'm just trying to hit it once, I'ma take it to the back. And she came in with a man, but she leaving with me, yeah. Cause she know that I'm the man. Said she got a plan and she know me from the gram. Oh man, I think she might could be a fan. Made me think twice, so it might could be a scam. Oh yeah.
She called me the one, said she coming round 2. Jordan 3s on my feet, ring the bell, buzz 4. Got 5 on it, boy, you gon' need a couple more. 6 p.m., now we headed out the door. Lucky number 7, yo, meet up on A Street. Chanel number 9, got it smelling like a pastry. Now we on 10, she was rolling up a great tree. Pouring up shots, don't chase me. Bitch, I got asthma. She was tryna be my babe, ain't no temper. Don't think about it too much like Sanford. I ain't got nothing for a whole
I told her meet me in the back. That ass fat and she don't know how to act. When she back that thing up on the nigga, it's a rap. I'm just tryna hit him once, I'ma take it to the back. Think she came in with a man, but she leaving with me, yeah. Cause she know that I'm the man. Said she got a plan and she know me from the gram. Oh man, I think she might could be a fan. Made me think twice, so it might could be a scam. Oh yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's the Hood Trucker Show. And I am the Hood Trucker. We got some shit going on. Joe Rogan. He ain't acting right. Let me get this over here. What's going on with your boy Joe Rogan? Joe in the building. Paul Screws in the building. Miss Nobody in the building. How y'all doing? Trucker look a mess, allegedly. That's what happens when you work all day. Allegedly. Let's see. Paul Screws says he heard the Planet of the Apes a couple years ago. Yeah. Listen, you can't say nothing online and think that ain't gonna come back on you. It's gonna come back. Let's see. Drew Brees had to retract some statements. We found out that Joe Montana, who is considered the GOAT, I don't know if Tom Brady. Tom Brady's probably better than that. But we found out that he got some questionable stuff going on in his mind too. Brett Favre said some questionable shit. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? Anybody that listen to Joe Rogan has a low IQ? Nah, I wouldn't say that. Let's see. Tom Brady ain't no GOAT. He cheated. And he's lucky because Seattle Seahawks, they gave that game away. In Atlanta, they pretty much gave that game away too. And then that last playoff game, I think they fumbled and got an interception. I mean, Tom Brady, one of the luckiest dudes on the planet. But he got some political stuff to say. Nobody really said anything about him not going to the White House when Barack Obama was in office, but but again, people are showing us who they really are a lot of the time. Let's see. I really have no clue who this guy is. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. Let's see. Gloria Miller, welcome. Some people are more equal than others. Some people have full immunity to say whatever they want. That is true, because what we're going to talk about is what Spotify finna do. Was that India Irie that got off of Spotify because of what Joe Rogan was saying about the immunity stuff and the all the vaccination stuff? Was that her, India Irie, or one of them India girls? She got off of Spotify because of what he was saying. Let's see. The Rock has since said some stuff. I don't know if he's such a supporter anymore. Is he, Trucker? You like conspiracy theories? You must love Joe Rogan, allegedly. I mean, I listened to him. I'm not gonna listen to him anymore. I didn't know all this stuff was going on. I'm not listening anymore because when you we're gonna pull up. Matter of fact, we're gonna go look at this CNN. Let's see, right here. Nope. Okay, we're gonna look at this CNN piece that they did. If I can share it in a second. But I'm not listening anymore. Which one is it? Okay, this one. Second. But I'm not listening anymore. Which one is it? Okay, I need it. Probably got an echo. Hold on. Second. But I'm not listening anymore. Which one is it? There you go. Okay, I need it. I gotta turn that off. Probably got an echo. Was that an echo? Let's see. I'm not listening anymore. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, I'm all over the place. I gotta turn that off. Probably got an echo. Was that an echo? Get back situated. Okay. I gotta go. I'm not listening anymore. and make this big. Okay, I'm all over the place. I need to turn that out. Is that echo? Yeah, I'm not listening. Okay. Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm not listening. And why does it look like this? I'm not listening anymore. Is that echo? Yeah, I'm not listening. Okay. Oh, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm not listening. Why does it look like the wrong one? I'm not listening anymore. What the hell is going on? Is that echo? Yeah, I'm not listening. Okay. Oh, I got the wrong one. Okay, let's do this one. Joe Rogan. Okay, got you. I'm all over the place. Bear with me for a second. I chose to share the wrong one. Okay, so let's go. Here we go. There you go. That's the one we want. Okay, now we got to make this big. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not listening no more. Let's see. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see who's in here. Let's see. Okay, let's go back up. Okay. Let's see. I know The Rock said something, then took it back. I think so. I didn't really look at it because I seen that late. BB Cross in the building. See, I don't know Joe Rogan, so let me catch up. Yeah, he's a podcaster. He's a comedian / UFC commentator. So he was the host of Fear Factor. He's done a few things. He's been on the Dave Chappelle show, I think once or twice. So he's been around. Let's see. Gloria Miller says, I'm in criminal law. Criminal conspiracy occurs when two or more people come together and create a plan to carry out a criminal offense. Maria Sinska. I don't know how to pronounce that. But yes, that you're if you're in criminal law, I would think that you're absolutely right. Let's see. I think Neil Young and a lady oldie singer took their stuff off Spotify. Neil Young, I believe he took it off for different reasons, but India Arie, I think, or India, one of those women took their stuff off because it's specifically what she said, what Joe Rogan was commenting about the shots and all that. Let's see, 19 million unborn American black children who have been dissected in the womb since 1973 reflect reproductive choice and a woman's right to choose. Okay, we're not really talking about reproductive, but okay, we hear you. Let's see. You look crazy. Of course, I always look crazy. True, Gloria. But the choices you make before you get to that point count too. Absolutely, 100%. Trucker free advertising for Toyota. No, it's not free. Hello, the trucker. Hello, BB Cross. So he sucked as a comedian, in my opinion. I really haven't heard a lot of this comedic stuff. You know, I used to listen to the show. He had some decent topics. But yeah, I'm not listening. You see, I did hear something about India Ray taking her music off. Absolutely. And that was because of what Joe Rogan said. Now, what's Spotify gonna do with all this stuff, right? See, I've seen bits and pieces about this, but never listened to the guy. Yeah. So, I mean, he's like a super huge podcaster. And he has an exclusive deal with Spotify. See, my podcast experience is limited to Bill Engvall and Hood Trucker. Well, thank you for listening. Appreciate you. Let's see, what did he say? Now, we're going to get into, we're going to play this. We got it queued up. We're going to play the CNN story. I'm not a big fan of CNN either. However, they are useful and they do some stuff. They don't like him because he exposed Sanjay Gupta as a backpedaler because he went on CNN, said some stuff, and then he went on Joe Rogan's podcast, said some stuff, and then he came back on CNN and totally flipped the script. So they don't really like him either. Let's see. It's curious that black folks get bent out of shape for the dumb ass corruption of the Latin word for Black Negro, while 46 of 100 Black babies are sold piecemeal. What a world. Is that true? 100 Black babies are sold piecemeal. 46 out of 100 Black babies. I don't know. Well, listen, we're not talking about it. We're talking about Joe Rogan. I appreciate you coming with the information. However, that's not really the topic of what we're talking about tonight. So, appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you giving the info, but we're not talking about that tonight. So, the N-word, according to The Rock, the N-word, according to The Rock, but I saw something today where he has said a lot. Yes, and we're going to look at it. Okay, Gloria. Yeah, we're not talking about abortion. We're not talking about abortion tonight. So, let's go ahead and play. I don't want to say nothing bad, so let's go ahead and play. Let's go ahead and play the CNN clip. Hold on. I can't hear it now. Hold on. I don't know if it's going to have an echo though. Let me mute this.
Joe Rogan is now apologizing after videos resurfaced of him using the N-word multiple times on his podcast, Patriot Takes, which put the video together as an organization that aims to expose extremism on the far right. The video is an edited compilation of different podcast episodes, and we have to warn you, this is very disturbing to hear.
Like, you know,
the
thing.
Yes, saying the word
You've already said
is just like saying
she's calling you a like this
boy that he's a and starts calling them word. There should be a word like, especially like the word that's our he says guy and there starts saying to use the word without the word see word say and he couldn't say else.
Just
wow. Some of that it's that's cringeworthy. I don't know why, like if you're talking about a situation or whatever, why you have to say the actual word. I have no idea. Let's see. Rad Boy Go. Howard Stern said worse about black people. Yeah, but the thing is that Howard Stern had a little cover with the fact that he had a black co-host. So she used to run interference for him all the time and said, well, you know, this, that, and the other, I'm black, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't have that. Okay. Talking about fragile feelings, but insulted, don't be. Okay. Well, that's not our topic. So anyway, who is Nancy? Who is Nancy? Nancy. So yes, I saw. Yes, this is what I saw. Yes, saw today. Yeah, it's all over the place. Guy looks like Mr. Potato Head, allegedly. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you pronouncing that word though. Let's see. Joe Rogan is far right, so we know it racist as hell. And the Planet of H statement. Salute chat. Yep, we're gonna get to that. Because they're gonna talk about that right after they have their little commentary.
Just unbelievable. Let's bring in CNN's chief media correspondent, Brian Stelter. Brian, what is Joe Rogan now saying?
He is now apologizing, and we're going to find out if that's enough for Spotify, the company that has an exclusive distribution deal with him. Jim, this is all coming to light because of the recent controversy about anti-vaccine rhetoric on Rogan's podcast. Some artists decided to quit the service. One of them, India Ari, pointed out this compilation video, and pointed out that the language Rogan has used around race in the past is just as, or maybe even more problematic than his rhetoric about vaccines.
Well, I would think that his racial stuff that he said is more than the vaccination stuff, just because I think it you know, if you're gonna use that type of language, man, I mean, because it'd be one thing if it was just the N-word, right? It'd be one thing if it was just the N-word, but you're gonna see how his use of the N-word and his use of how what he compares black people to, it's gonna tie all in together, and it's not gonna make him look very good.
We know Rogan's show is known for its fresh and frank and unvarnished conversations. That's why his fans like the show. But this compilation, this use of the N-word so many times in the past, may be too much even for some of his defenders to bear. But here is, in Rogan's own words, part of his apology to that.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out. It's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast.
Okay, look. You know how you ever notice when people get caught saying stuff, they always want to try to say that it's out of context. Okay, to what context is using the N-word? Other than it, like in a movie, like in a historical movie, like Roots or Mississippi Burning or Django or something like that, what context is that ever like acceptable? So, these are all the things that people try to do. They're taken out of context. It's regrettable. Okay, but these are videos that were found on your catalog that. You'll see later they talk about how that, you know, some of those videos have been taken down. Why all of a sudden you're apologetic? You made the statements when you made them, so apparently you weren't apologetic then, or you weren't even sensitive to what was going on and what that word meant, or what that word could possibly do to your career in the future for using it. But all of a sudden you're apologetic when somebody else found it. You knew you had it. You knew all those videos were available for view. Yet, it's not until they made a compilation that you're apologetic. Let's continue.
And it's all smushed together, and it looks horrible, even to me. Now, I know that to most people,
but you see how he tried to dress that up. It's all smushed together. It makes it. You said it. I don't care if it's smushed together or not. You said it, and a lot. You said it a lot.
There's no context where a white person is ever allowed to say that word, never mind publicly on a podcast. And I agree with that now. I haven't said it in years, but
what do you mean you agree with it now? What do you mean? What does that mean? Agree with it now? Like, were you baptized and born again or something? Like, what's changed? I mean, it'd be different. It'd be different if there was some type of life change, like recognizable life change, to where you felt like using the N-word was okay then, and now not so much. You didn't come out and say, "Hey, you kept the videos up. You didn't edit that stuff out. You kept it in. It wasn't until it was found that the videos, some of those videos are no longer available." What do you mean you agree with it now?
But for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I never use it to be racist because I'm.
You just said you wouldn't use the N-word, you would just use the word. Why? And then follow that with I didn't use the word. He's all over the place.
Not racist, but whenever you're in a situation where you have to say, I'm not racist, you up.
You absolutely did. 100%. 100%. You absolutely did fuck up. The fact that you know you did it, you might think that's better, but it's actually worse.
And I clearly have up.
Yes, you did. You clearly fucked up. But my question is, why is it that you're so apologetic now? Like, see, I don't really accept a lot of apologies because, first of all, you grown. You was grown then. You grown now. You know that what's on the internet stays on the internet. I don't think that Joe Rogan has any sex tapes on the internet. I don't think he does none of that. So you are aware of certain things you should not record. There's certain things you should not. If you record them, there's certain things that you shouldn't put on the internet. You do recognize that because there's no sex tapes, and you know that's going to ruin your career if you know potential unless you're Kim Kardashian or whatever. So you know that some things you're not supposed to do. So I don't buy this apology whatsoever.
Yes,
Yeah, I mean,
he
Brian
clearly has.
Yeah, he clearly has, and you and I both know that compilation right there, which he has admitted to, is authentic. That would be enough to put anybody out of a job. I mean, to me, it seems untenable to have that kind of video surface, that kind of compilation surface, and keep one's job.
Exactly. That's why Spotify got a hell of a decision to make. Are they going to keep this dude on, or are they going to get rid of him? There are people that are dropping out. They don't seem to care. We're going to see. We're going to see, because look, times are changing. Spotify, if they don't make the right decision, they're going to fuck around and fuck up. And they're going to lose a lot of people. Okay, so they better make the right decision.
But Brian, there's another video that Patriot Takes put out, which I also want to play. It's a story Joe Rogan is telling of when he went to see what he describes as the Planet of the Apes. It's awful, but just show it and then talk about it.
Now, before they show this video, okay, if you were to say that, okay, I use the N-word and I'm not racist and blah blah blah, whatever else he says, right? If you're saying it was taken out of context, I'm explaining, I'm repeating, I'm this, I'm that. There's room for explanation. As horrible as it is, at least you have room for explanation. But when you put the two together, when you put the clip they're about to show now, with the reference to the N-word, ain't no explanation.
And it says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay, was that in a good neighborhood? He's like, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes it.
First of all, you I mean, does he have a problem with ethnicity, period? Because he's mocking the dude that I'm assuming he's talking about, maybe a cab driver or something. He's mocking the dude who's taking them to wherever they're supposed to be going to, and he says he barely speaks English. I guess he thinks that's funny. I don't know, but let's continue.
Just there, we get out and we're giggling. Oh, we're gonna see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes.
So apparently, he went to the movie Planet of the Apes to go watch it. He's already asking the driver, is this a good neighborhood? And then he goes to says, we were going to watch Planet of the Apes, and he said we actually landed on Planet of the Apes, or whatever he said.
We walked into Africa, dude.
Okay, let's go back so that nobody's confused. Let's go back. Okay, let's start all over again. Okay, let's start all over again. Because Lord Jesus Christ, he's tripping. He is really tripping. He said, because now You can't even say that. I said Planet of the Apes because we were watching Planet of the Apes. Because then he said I walked into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa. So I'm not going to interrupt. I'm going to let him play the whole thing. Let's hear it.
And it says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. Goes, that in a good neighborhood? He's like, okay, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Ooh, this is Planet of the Apes. We walked into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
Okay, let's hear it one more time. Let's hear it one more time so there's no confusion. Am I tripping? Because you can't. Look, you using the N word, and now you talking about you walked into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, so you can't even say that You can't even say that I wasn't referring to Planet of the Apes as black people because you clarify. You further clarify your comparison to apes, which says we were going to go see Planet of the Apes. We walked into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa. So you associate Planet of the Apes with Africa. And it was in the United States, so now you're talking about black people. Let's listen one more time.
And it says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. Goes, that in a good neighborhood? He's like, okay, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out, and we're giggling. Ooh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walked into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
Okay, look. Now, let's go back. Okay, see this guy right here? To his left, or on the screen? This guy right here, can you see my cursor? Let's see if you can see it. Okay. This guy right here, right? Okay, you can see it. This guy right here does not laugh not one time. Now, his name is his name DS or something? No. His name is I forget. His name is, they call him Uncle something, and he's like a spin-off dude, but he makes a lot of he's like a really vulgar comedian. And this dude is not even laughing. I forget his name, but he's on the show. He's on the show from time to time. But I forget, but he's really vulgar, and even he doesn't laugh. Let's look at it again. One more time.
And it says,
watch this guy right here. Watch him. Watch him.
Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there.
He's not smiling or laughing not one time.
We walked into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door, and there was no white people.
He even had to get off camera. Now, I forget his name, but he's really, really, really vulgar. He didn't even laugh. I don't know how you get out of that, dude. These motherfuckers spam bots and shit. Let's see, play everything in the comment on the end, man. You talk slow. Hold on. Let's go see the comments. Yes, sir. Midwest Tanker. There's a dude named Midwest Tanker in the building. I'm not gonna who you think I'm, bro. Yeah, there's a troll named Midwest Banker. In case you didn't know. I think it depends on how long ago. I mean, I said things about people when I was a teen. Should people come back and kick my butt now? Did you have a podcast though? To go out to millions of people. He wasn't a teenager either. Let's see. Red Boy Red Paul Screws, what up? And why keep them in your catalog knowing better today? Absolutely. They just took it down. They just took that down. See, there's feedback or something. Yeah, I'm still learning this little system I got because I'm not using headphones anymore. Let's see, Josie's here, minding my minute. Does he play everything? Joe's a weirdo. Let's see. Okay. Miss Nobody just sounds bad, and he said it with an R. Absolutely, sounds with an echo. Yeah, I had something pulled up. I'm please bear with me because I'm still learning this little system thing because I done switched from Mac to PC. I'm all over the place. See, that's very bad. Absolutely. I don't think it would have sounded better with the A sound. Yeah, because he's a white dude, so he shouldn't even be used. They should have said N word. Miss Nobody, you can listen to it without the beefs on other vids. He's an Italian American. Joey Diaz. That's his name? Yeah, he's a hilarious comedian. Yet he did not laugh, though. He didn't laugh at that. He even knew it was cringy. You see, wasn't Planet of the Apes in NY, not Africa? I remember the Statue of Liberty buried up to the neck in one of the movies. So where did Africa come from? Because it's a reference to black people. Black people have been called monkeys and apes and stuff since the beginning of racism. My bad, he's Cuban. But so that's the reference. He's saying we walked into Africa. He's just referencing a lot of black people. We walked into the Planet of the Apes. So he's saying Africa and the Planet of the Apes is basically the same thing. That's his reference. And you can't Joey D is Cuban American. You can't, but he grew up around a lot of black people. He's from Brooklyn or something. So he was not amused at all. You could see it on his face. He even opened his mouth like, what? Like, what are you doing? Where are you going with this, dude? Like, you tripping. See, a sound or R would have not sounded. Yeah, right. Exactly. It's a nice observation. Okay, Midwest Tanker. Okay. Let's see. Nope, they weren't around then. I'm not sure. Or it was even internet back then. Let's see, nah, you the weirdo trucker. Okay. Let's see, you good, trucker, no worries. Let's see. I thought you said you talk about. Let's see. I thought you said you talk to black women. Why are you in photos with a white woman? First of all, it's a friend. Like I can't even associate with a white woman. Like Lord Jesus. And I never said I exclusively talk to black women. And that's not even the topic of the show tonight. So you must have been hanging out with them trolls over there. I see that little thing they got over there. But anyway, see, get out of here, Midwest Banker. Let's see. Africa is known for its wildlife. We know Midwest Banker. We know you're with Midwest Banker. Let's say stupid crap. Let's say good Lord. That's either BZ or Midwest Banker. Yeah, you bringing up shit that, I mean, who cares? Let's see. And they're all in my Facebook and stuff. Listen, we're not even gonna talk about that anyway, because they're full of shit. But if you show the tape of him using the N-word like that, and then you reference you getting out of a cab or whatever you're talking about, and then you refer to what you see as being, we walked into Planet of the Apes. To me, that's worse than that video with him using the N-word. You referenced you getting out of a cab and seeing a bunch of black people as walking into Planet of the Apes. He said we walked into Africa. And again, that dude Joey Diaz, he grew up around black people. I've heard his show and his comedy stuff. Why do you listen to Joe Rogan? I mean, he has some decent topics. I didn't know that he was talking about black people. I'm no longer gonna ever listen to him. And I haven't really listened to him since he moved to Spotify and all that. I used to listen to him on YouTube. Like I saw the Mike Tyson interview. Like I think he had, who else he had? I mean, I'm not a loyal listener like that, but if I see something on there, he's interviewing somebody. I saw the one where he had Elon Musk on there looking crazy and shit. There's a few episodes I saw. Some of the stuff that the funny shit, like he talked about like the Joey Diaz guy, and then he has a sidekick, and he was high and shit. So I mean, I've watched this podcast. I'm not I'm not a loyal listener or nothing like that. But what's up with you, Beware? But I've seen his podcast. Look, he's one of the biggest podcasters that it is. So I want to watch, or maybe get some pointers and some tips or something. Maybe not, use of language, but he's one of the biggest podcasters that it is. So, I mean, this is the industry that I'm embarking on, and you want to know who's moving and shaking. So let's see, Joe, I stopped listening to Joe Rogan 2 or 3 years ago because he went to talking about conspiracy theories. Yeah, he gets a little weird sometimes. Joe Rogan is a full-blown racist. What's up, Beware? I'll Beware. Let's see. I never watched one to listen to that clown. Yeah, I can't lie. I'll listen, but I'm not listening no more. I mean, especially like since he got off of YouTube, I don't really listen no more. See, hey, what's up, Mr. Nobody? What's good, Paul? What's good, BB Cross? Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've listened, just because he's a big podcaster. Like I watched, and even Dave Chappelle even did a skit about Fear Factor. I thought he was a friendly dude. He's on Fear Factor. He was on the Dave Chappelle show. He's a UFC commentator. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he was like a friendly dude. Like, I had no idea that he'd be racist or anything. I mean, 2022, you can't tell. I mean, you used to be able to tell. Look, see, now we gotta put you in timeout now because you're over there with that bullshit. Let's see. Yeah, he's yeah, we're gonna put you in timeout. What's wrong with him, man? Like, you can't even contain yourself. We're not even talking about none of that. You're not even talking about that. Look at this. Right. Hey, they be on. Look. Oh, by the way, matter of fact, Beware. You want to come in? Hold on, let me drop this link right quick. I gotta talk to you about this video I saw. Let's see, Midwest thing. I gotta talk to you. They don't, man. They don't give you a day off or nothing. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me drop the link right here. Beware. What's that? They over there hating on Beware too. I seen that video today. Had him hot. Had him hot. Let's see, that shirt look tight as hell, man. You looking like you're gasping for air. Nah, I'm actually fitting in. Don't be hating on my shirt now. Don't be hating on my shirt and my Toyota hat. I don't be hating and shit. Let's see, Reptile, I said, hold over a second though. Imagine being the only black person in a nightclub full of white people. Reverse the role in a cinema in Philadelphia. All races see things differently. But to get on the podcast, I've been in all white clubs before. I felt uncomfortable before. But I'm not going on a podcast and talking about whatever the equivalent of a planet. I don't even know if there is one. Whatever the equivalent of planet, comparing, or referencing the crowd of the people that I saw, any type of equivalence to Planet of the Apes. I wouldn't get online and do that. I would say, hey, I went over with a thing full of white people. I was uncomfortable, and that was that. So, man, I was gonna go to sleep, but now I'm gonna stay. True. Okay, did I drop the link? Hey, I dropped the link. Let's see, True. What shit was different. Let's see, there isn't one. Is there, Miss Nobody? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if there is an equivalent, but I mean, still, I mean, why just because you go to a place where a certain ethnic group congregates, that you somehow need to disparage that group for doing. I don't understand.
Yo, what's good, Trucker?
What's up with you, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, having a blast with these fucking trolls. They thought they had a victim, not realizing that like I'm one of the most pettiest motherfuckers in the world.
Look at this guy.
What makes it even more funny though is that these dudes is in fucking different time zones. Like, that's sad. Look at this twat. Look at the twat. Look at the twat who wear lip gloss.
Listen, because she is one. That's why.
Yo, you see what they? You know what's funny though, Trucker, is when they leader post these videos and these lives. None of them dudes be in his comment, but as soon as somebody posts something, putting his big goofball ass on blast, they in everybody comments. They want to troll everybody. They want to do all this goofball shit. They want to worry about other people's money and what's in everybody's pocket. But all these motherfuckers is on here struggling.
Yeah.
They actually got the right one. Like, I don't mind playing this clown game. I like to make dickheads look stupid. I like to make the broke niggas actually look as broke as they are. Like this fake fucking reverend dude. It's like he wake up in the morning with meat on his mind. Like this dude, Hollywood Code, wake up with meat on his mind. Who the fuck wakes up with another man meat on his mind?
Right.
This dude, the other twat, you seen I made him change his name on his account twice or 3 times or whatever.
Right.
He gonna have your photo on his account. What kind of goofy shit is that? Nah, I don't want to be no mod, bro. I'm a regular dude. I don't need to be no mod, dude. I'm trying to figure out what sense does that make? Like, you actually wake up and say, yo, let me put this man's photo as my icon on YouTube, and then go live with the 3 twats or the 4 twats, who actually think it's funny, just like you. Like, I'm trying to figure out what year was these goofies born in, because if you was actually born in the 80s and you're 40 or close to 40 and you carrying on like this, is crazy. And then how about this one, Trucker? I'm gonna just give it up right now. How about this? This old washed up, ankle grabbing, boy touching reverend, this fake reverend goofball, wakes up and put my name in a fucking community post talking about I reported something of his, knowing damn well that shit probably was already in his fucking inbox from God know how long. But since he wanted some views and he wanted some attention, he goes and posts that. So now the 4 or 5 goofies who think everything he posts is funny, like the gorilla, she's up in his comments talking about, oh, the NY dude, I thought they used the N-word. And then he posts your numbers on Social Blade, which is funny because it goes from him posting your numbers on Social Blade to dragging my name in the comments. And then go from saying this shit is hold on, Truck. Let me catch myself real quick. This shit is hilarious because the old goofball said, how he from Jamaica if he's in New York? Yo, so you mean to tell me I couldn't have been born in Jamaica and then my parents moved to America and landed in New York? So in order for a Jamaican to be Jamaican,
that's somebody don't know what they're talking about.
Nah, yo, Trucker, in his comments, his doofy, dumb, old ass said, how is he from Jamaica? But how he said he's from New York, but then now say he's from Jamaica. And then you got the Millfish ticket fish wanting to talk this dumb shit oh, my parents are from Jamaica and I moved to New York in 2001. Well, and that's another thing too, right? How crazy is that? The Kwame nigga haven't even came over here to defend himself. But here
Right.
you got these low tier, low level, struggling YouTubers who give each and every one of them their email addresses. So when somebody like you go live, they email each other like truck alive, truck alive, you know, truck alive. Like what type of troll life you? Nah, y'all lives is really that sad, yo. And the only reason why I did this is I said, you know what? I like to play, so let's joke. Fuck it. Hey, y'all want to be trolls? We can be trolls. Look at this. Look at the Midwest fish. He said, I'm not him, but then you come in here with a name, Midwest Tanker. You know what? Why did you actually say you was going to come to another man's ass? Answer that question. You like to come to other men's asses. What type of shit is that? Yeah. And just like this Hollywood fish, you ain't never see this motherfucker in Kwame's comment. None of Kwame comment sections, but here he is in your comment section. Yeah. Here he go in the fairy fish comment sections. There he goes in the selfish awareness dude comment section, but he's never in Kwame's comment section.
Right.
You niggas do all this trolling for $3 or $4. $3, $4, $5. You niggas don't even do enough trolling to get you a dub bag of weed. Like, what type of shit? You know what? I understand. I respect it. I respect it because you niggas used to get picked on growing up. Like the Millfish ticket, you can tell he got picked on growing up because he wanted to start working out and try to get his weight up. Just like the Midwest fish, another one. He was probably one of them little punks who used to get smacked in the back of his head and get his lunch money taken away from him. So what he did, he went and started working out and try to make a name for himself. Then you got the fake reverend who get on YouTube pretending he's here to teach young men how to be entrepreneurs and all this shit, and he's driving around walking through crack houses. Come on now, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck you think you are? And this is the thing. None of you goofies is leaving your state to actually speak to a man in his face. So what the fuck are you using YouTube to troll for? Just to show you can type? And half of you motherfuckers can't even type properly. You got the fucking goofball who called himself biracial, hood truckers, biracial, daddy with a Z. So wait a minute, hold on. So you've been on this motherfucker, and I am gonna go in on you. You've been on this bitch since 2016 of August. Now, whatever videos you had on back then, they wasn't popping. So you decide to grab Kwame ankles, Eric, and then start running behind him thinking you know coding using a 1995 coding software, my nigga. Come on, Eric Williams. You lucky you cleared every fucking social media account you had on out there. Because you probably knew you was going to turn into be a weak ass troll. So you say, you know what? Let me clear myself from off the internet. Let me get rid of all these social media accounts. Because if I actually have these social media accounts while I'm being this weak, pathetic troll, somebody's going to find me. Yeah. Yo, trucker, you know this cocksucker said he lives in East LA on the corner of Boyu.
Stop it.
And what the fuck?
No.
So when he says this, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm way over here on the East Coast. We are 3 hours time different. And you trolling me? So that actually makes you feel good. So you all the way in East LA as you claiming to be. And then you tell me, come to East LA so me and the homies can use you as target practice. Bro, first of all, you're white. Stop pretending you're Mexican. This is not blood in, blood out, my nigga. You are not a Chivatos. You are a fucking white boy who lived around the corner from a couple of Mexicans who ended up being cool with you because you're a fucking ice head. You smoke meth, you fucking clown. So they looked at you and said, you know what? This is a cool white boy who spent all his money on meth. He lived in his mother's basement on a twin-size fucking mattress. Let's take him in. Let's embrace his bitch ass. Let's show him the way of the ropes. So now you think you somebody, but in reality, you're pussy. Because when you close that dirty ass door that you gotta fix with that fucking shoestring, and you lock yourself in that dirty ass room and smoke that fucking glass dick, reality sets in. And you like, damn, you know, let me get on YouTube and find somebody to troll because my life is so pathetic and sad. I gotta go and hurt somebody. I gotta go and try and hurt somebody's feelings. So let me go and search Trucker's Facebook and find a photo or two and put it on my Twitter. Really?
Like it's doing something. I put it on Facebook for a reason. You can put it up. You can do whatever you want with. It's public information.
It's crazy because this fucking cocksucker acting like he found something secretive. You put the shit out there Like, come on, man.
Like, remember when they tried to expose me for my high speed chase shit?
You put it out there.
I've been talking about that years before that. Like, we exposed you, motherfucker. I got a video. Like
public knowledge. It's public. It's out there.
Yeah.
Like, this is the shit that really bugs me out because it's like I never had nothing against the old washed up Reverend dude. When you spoke about his bozo ass, when you said that Marilyn gave him the photo, my response was, that's fucked up. Marilyn went and gave information to a YouTuber. He got offended by me calling him a YouTuber that night. So he goes and makes a fucking community post about me. Are you serious? But you're a reverend.
But see, he's so pathetic. Like he was going at Redemption Goddess. I mean, just like
self-awareness TV. That's who FYF.
Yeah, he was saying something about him too, but he was going at Redemption Goddess for a little while.
And then now she's in his comment section.
Yeah. I don't understand that.
The fucking biracial twat even made a video about Lamont talking about, look, Lamont sending strikes. Really? Yeah. Hey, yo, my nigga, so you this low on the totem pole that you just going and picking fights with anybody who disagreed with Kwame, not realizing that Kwame even disagrees with himself when he turns his fucking camera off. I bet you any amount of money that big 7-foot goofball turns his fucking camera off and say, yo, what the fuck was I just doing? Why am I embarrassing myself?
Beware. Joe says I should take Trucker's biracial zaddy pic and on my profile. Listen, I'm not stupid to that level.
Yeah,
I'm never putting some other man's picture on my fucking profile. Never.
No. Hell no, I like women. My wife is right next to me. If me and my wife wasn't together, I'd be out there fucking a whole bunch of different females. I will never in my life put another man's photo on my motherfucking as my icon picture to troll him.
If I was in the building, what's up with you, man?
Especially now, you got your people who like to go back and forth and debate and just like to do that. But then you have these weak, sad soul motherfuckers who decide to say, yo, let me create a YouTube channel and troll a bunch of people who I feel is doing better than me. Right. Because in reality, if you actually had a life and something going for yourself, you wouldn't be on YouTube trolling another man.
Right.
You wouldn't subscribe to a person to wait for that person to go live to jump in a chat to troll. You wouldn't wait for this person to go live to play a fucking porn to try to get their channel snatched down.
Yeah.
That's twat gonna say. He said, yeah, when I tried to get on Trucker Panel, they kicked me off. You got kicked off, you fucking dweeb, because you tried to play a fucking porn.
Right.
So he was supposed to let you play the porn and then kicked you off?
Yeah.
Like,
hold on. See, I told him I'll remove the strike if you edited the video and did a reaction showing his face.
he not gonna do none of that. Yo, listen, Lamar, these dudes is sad, bro. And now all of this, my name got dragged into this whole goofy shit, Lamar, because I agree with Trucker when he had that situation with Marilyn. And then Marilyn turns around and tells the trolls who she's running with, who made 1,000 videos on her, she tells them, she goes and tells them, I told Lamont and Beware to wash their mouth and not get involved. Okay, first of all, I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Second of all, when did this even come across my table? Because I never seen no comment from you saying, Beware, that don't concern you. Beware, that's not none of your business. Trucker said, yo, Beware, you want to come on the panel? I want to get your opinion. So I got on the panel and gave him my opinion. Yeah, Trucker, that was pretty fucked up. Marilyn went and gave the photo you showed her to another YouTuber.
Yeah.
That other YouTuber just so happened to be a washed up reverend, well, pretending to be a reverend. And that's another thing, bro. How the fuck are you a reverend or claiming to be a reverend, but you do all these troll videos?
Right.
You do and then you meat hugging. Like, if you a reverend, you're not supposed to be out here meat hugging other men. You're supposed to be up here trying to uplift other men. Because I never once said nothing negative about you until after I seen that community post and those 2 videos you put my name in the title of. That's when you became a pedo. That's when you became an ankle grabber. Understand, you fucking meat hugger. Nobody reported none of your videos. I don't give a fuck about your videos. When I saw your videos, I left my comments. You deleted them and then made a community post. So who's fucking weak? Then you try to say either me or Trucker reported you cyber bullying. Motherfucker, I'm a bully. Why the fuck I'm gonna report somebody for cyberbullying when I actually could go on the street and bully somebody, a 40-year-old man who can still snatch a nigga up by his fucking neck?
Yeah.
And I don't even mean to get like this. I'm actually getting out of character right now. But for you to actually accuse me of reporting you for harassment and cyberbullying, my nigga, I was a bully in high school and in junior high.
But see, this is what they do. This is why they all get along, because Maryland did that fuck shit. It said a bunch of shit. It wasn't true, as far as I'm scared shitless from whatever was supposedly said. But this motherfucker, but hold on, this motherfucker actually said that he didn't release a lot of information that he got from her. Why wouldn't you release it? You took the time to talk to her. Why wouldn't you release it?
But hold on. See, he says that, but then in another comment thread, the biracial fish says, I don't even know how Paul can be mad. I'm the one that sent the photo. So overall, you still had something that got sent to you by Marilyn, because you ain't know what that female looked like. You decided to say, you know what? Let me team up with Marilyn now, since her and Trucker not friends. That goes to show me how weak that whole group is.
Yeah.
And then the Midwest fish say you cry too much. So come on a panel, you weak fish fuck.
But look,
you can't even sit up in here and have a real conversation. Hold on, wait. Answer this one question, Midwest fish. What's your problem? What's your issue?
He mad?
Type that in the chat, Midwest fish.
Because he got no
What's
friend.
your problem? What's your issue?
No, but here's look, beware. Look, they congregated behind somebody that went over and erased every single video she ever produced under that bullshit name that she had.
Nah, fuck all that.
Then she changed it. And claims that she doesn't want to do anything anymore. Now this is the person that told me, remember, I'm from New York.
No, and then she tried to say I'm not from New York, when it's like, hold on, Marilyn. Like, why are you doing this? Like your feelings is hurt that much that you going that route. I'm actually a city nigga. I'm from the town. From the 5 boroughs. You're 3 minutes from fucking Canada. If anything, if you're from New York, you're 3 minutes from Canada, 5 minutes away from Niagara Falls. You can't be from New York if you ain't know who MC Shan is. If you claim to be in your late
Right.
50s, if you claim to be older than
And she said
Trucker,
she's older than me.
no, you claim to
She's
be
older
older
than
than
me.
Trucker, and you don't know who MC Shan is. He came out in your era.
So
Like-
she would have been. So see, okay. So MC Shan, that was what,
That
80,
was he from Queens.
82,
80,
83.
82, 83. That's that whole when him and, if I'm not mistaken, him and KRS-One had
Right,
that the bridge is
right.
over.
So like 82, 83, I'm 11,
Look,
12,
look at
right?
this. Look at this.
So if
Hold
you're
on.
older than me, you a teenager, and,
Yeah.
and fucking hip hop is the hottest thing going at the time.
Facts. Look at this. Look at Hollywood Fish. So beware the street dude now. Wait, first. So I'm a fake
Hey,
New
his name
Yorker.
Hollywood. He's not even from Hollywood.
I'm a fake New Yorker. I'm not from Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, and now listen, homie. You must be one of them suburb twats who pluck his eyebrows, whose sisters used to dress up in fucking females' clothing. You are sad, bro. This is all you got. This is the same fish who had the nerve to come in the comment section and say, your fish tank is loud. It's a big ass fish tank. It's what the fuck? Fish tanks do, water do evaporate in fish tanks, you fucking goofball. So I'm supposed to sit there and pour water in my fish tank every day when the water evaporates? You still live with your mother. You can't even have a fish tank in that little ass apartment you in because you don't got home insurance because you in a fucking apartment. Fucking goofball. What is wrong with you? This is all you got, Hollywood goof.
Look, she talking about that Maryland got mad at Naifa too. Well,
yeah, like, listen, Maryland, we know you in here. How are you getting mad at people who agreed with the shit they saw that was wrong? What the fuck ever you bitch motherfuckers was born and raised in? Like, I'm trying to figure out this. So this whole pandemic shit from 2020 to 2022 right now done fucked a lot of y'all motherfuckers' brains up to where y'all actually are like this in real life.
Yeah.
And then don't fuck with me, Marilyn. You can't fuck with a nigga like me. Please don't ever attack. Don't try to attack me. You can't attack me on a fixed income. That don't work. All you niggas is on fixed fucking incomes. You got this old fucking washed up reverend nigga driving by somebody else's coming soon sign talking about his, and then you're gonna go walk to the crack house you live in. You know you live in that shit, doofy. Yeah. You not about to purchase that, because if you actually was in a position to purchase shit like that, bro, you wouldn't be wasting your time waking up with another man meat on your mind. None of you niggas. If you niggas actually had a legitimate life and something going for yourselves, none of y'all will be waking up with other men's meat in your mouths. If you notice, Trucker started this live off talking about Joe Rogan. The whole topic on the Joe Rogan situation. And here come you dweebs. Your daddy wasn't brought up. Nobody brought your daddy name up.
Right.
But being the fact that he's not bringing your daddy name up, you get mad and you want to troll him. He bring your daddy name up, you get even more mad and want to troll him.
Look what Miss Nobody said. She said, I tried so hard to defend Marilyn. She was hurting, but everything changed hearing her live videos. Her mouth made me see what she did. She confirmed everything.
She definitely did, Miss Nobody. She said it. She said, just like she said, Reverend Tony is my savior. Hold on. But wait a minute. Wasn't you just talking negative about these dudes? It wasn't these same dudes posting videos about you every fucking day? and then the biracial fish goes and takes all his videos that he said about her off his channel.
Yeah.
So
but here's the
that's
other thing. Here's the other thing. A few weeks ago, like I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 weeks ago, Marilyn was on here defending the fact when somebody came in there and said I posted somebody's kids. I took a video that I found on YouTube and used that as a reaction video, and it had the contents of that video had some paperwork as it pertained to Crummy 6ix9ine's child support stuff, right? So then she was defending that, saying he used somebody else's video, blah blah blah, this and that, another. Well, when the other clown, the one that has my picture on his channel, he went over there and did some fuck shit, and she says I can't control what people do, and by the way, he can't say anything because he posted information about Crummy 6ix9ine's kids. And he hasn't taken that video down yet. So in one case, she defended it, and then and when it's convenient for her, she used it as something to say against me. So
no, she even went on the rope. She even went on the ropes and brought up the. Remember the live that you did when you was speaking up, showing us how you was talking to the female, and you asked for some advice. But she hit you back and was like, "You got to pay for it," and all this other crazy shit. She even brought that shit up, talking about how you tried to use females and all you want to do is just use females to get what you want. And then here go the goofballs. Yeah, that's all he do is try to use females. Yeah, what the fuck? It's like once these niggas theme song. These niggas theme song is. The dweebiest theme song ever. Whenever those niggas come walking down the block, they look like the fat goofy nigga from Popeye. Remember the fat goofy nigga who couldn't see? That's those niggas. That's all of those niggas in one. That's all. He said, I'm 5'3", 155. No, my nigga, I'm actually 5'10", 170, bro.
I don't know. That just come with anything that
he keep going. No, that goes to show you, trucker. I got up under his little feminine thin skin. This little twat go to bed with fucking thongs on. Matter of fact, you go to bed with a jock strap on, nigga, because you just hoping a ghost will pop your cheeks, you fucking queer. The fuck out of here. You going at the wrong one. Hit the link. How about that? I bet you this nigga sound like the only fucking queer if he hit the link. And I don't got no disrespect to the Alphabet Squad. Salute to the Alphabet Squad. But it's crazy when fish niggas like this who paint his toenails clear get on YouTube trying to be tough. Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. You paint your toenails clear. No, Joe, there's no allegedly here. That nigga's a fish. That nigga jump out his bed, don't wash his face, don't brush his teeth. All he do is throw the cape on for his boo, and he sit and go and type in everybody's name who has something to say about Kwame. He puts in Kwame's name and see what videos come up. That's what all them do that. All them wake up and type in Kwame's name and see who said anything about their daddy. Why they paint their toenails with the little squishy shits in between their toes. Get the fuck out of here. You niggas is fucking with the wrong one, man. Half of you niggas can't type. And then when you niggas actually hit the link, you niggas are scared to speak up. The only one I gave respect to was the Midwest, the mid-ticket fish nigga.
Yeah.
2 reasons. Because the nigga most likely is probably from Rima, Jamaica. He probably is from there. His family probably is from there. He probably got a bunch of broke, dirty ass family members who he got to send barrels to, who he asked me about. I don't have to send barrels out, my nigga. My family's great. My family is wonderful, my nigga. But I kind of gave you your props somewhat because you jumped on the panel and you spoke your mind. Even though you was jumping out the window for another man, you still spoke your mind. Unlike the rest of these goofballs you running behind, my nigga, you need to find you a different set of goofies, my nigga. Seriously, because actually, I looked at you as somebody, yo, this nigga, you know what? He could be an official ass nigga, but he jumped on the bandwagon of a bunch of goofies and then he started attacking me for another man.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to look at this nigga now. But you get some points from me, my nigga. You do. The other niggas you rock with, my nigga, I don't know. You need to talk some sense into them niggas. Seriously, bro. And to be honest, you probably was a nigga who used to get beat up when you was in Jamaica if you lived out there. That's why you moved out this way.
Because why would you be on the internet doing all this shit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
If
Like,
you an official word, yo, trucker.
If he was reputable in the streets or something, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't waste time doing this bullshit because you don't have time. You don't have the time to do that. You don't have any desire to do that because you do that shit in real life. These motherfuckers do this shit on the internet.
Whole fact. The meal ticket nigga, like I said, was the only one who I might have thought had some type of street cred and can hold his shit down. But the way he carrying himself, I'm feeling like, damn, my nigga, if you actually claiming to be this so-called street G'd up nigga, how are you even carrying yourself like this on YouTube? Because real street niggas are real minded. Fuck street niggas. Let's get that street nigga talk out of here. A grown actual man who's a fucking adult will not be on YouTube doing what you niggas is doing. Cut all that street shit out. Fuck all the tough shit. Yeah. A grown man who actually lived his life growing the fuck up would not be on YouTube playing these girl games that y'all dudes are doing. I bet you if y'all took the same amount of energy y'all using to be trolls and put it in something else, y'all shit, you will benefit a lot more from it.
No.
But you would take this, you would take me saying this and look, listen to she wear, and you think calling me she wear hurt, bro? Come on, my nigga. You know why it don't bother me? I will beat shit down your leg if you said she wear in my face.
Yeah. But here's
so
the thing.
That's why it don't bother me if you type that shit in the fucking comment.
They referenced that. If you notice, they called Tommy Sotomayor or Tammy. They referenced that. That's like their N-word.
Yo, but
they always go to that because that's like their N-word. They don't have nothing else. That's what they go to.
Because they think shit like that actually get under people's skin.
Yeah. Ms. Nobody, and what she said she did to Hood Trucker, she's doing to them. Play this and play that. She's telling them what to do.
Look, Trucker, I just said some real shit in the Hollywood fish type Z's. Yeah. That goes to show you how weak these niggas are. This nigga said he lived in St. Louis. My nigga, you are apple bottom jean wearing fish. You
Never seen Hollywood.
You got fur on your boots. Get the fuck out of here, my nigga. Are you kidding me? You pluck your eyebrows with tweezers. You pluck your fucking eyebrows with tweezers. You don't even have a girl. I'm not even gonna say you don't even look like the type of nigga that got a girl. You got a fucking you got a pouty face, my nigga. Yeah. You took a picture that you actually used for one of those gay sites and put it on fucking YouTube. You got a pouty face. What grown man actually going to use a pouty face photo for YouTube? Who are you trying to talk to? Who you? Look at Joe. Joe, nah. Joe, that's a good one, Joe. That's a good one, Joe. That's a good one, Joe. Hollywood Code or beta, allegedly. Yo, he's a whole beta. He's not even like he's not even the half a quarter beta. Hollywood Code is the only one still in here talking, running his mouth. The rest of them, if they in here, they probably said, yo, you know what, man? This motherfucking dude is right. I'm 30 plus years old. What the fuck am I doing? I need to actually grow the fuck up and go do something with myself. So that's why they not saying nothing but Hollywood fish. He's a fish. He actually do paint his toenails every 3 days. He actually do pluck his eyebrows every other week.
With the squishy shit.
With the squishy shit in between his toes. My girl got a set of those. So I know what I'm talking about. You look like the type of nigga who put those shits in between his toes and walk on his heels to the bathroom. You walk on your heel to the bathroom because you don't want to fuck up the wet paint on your toes, you fucking goofy. You want to still sit in here with all this clown shit. Why you don't hit the link though, my nigga? How about that, Hollywood Fish?
No,
hit the link so we can actually hear how fishy you sound, because I bet you sound like one of them toe twatting ass niggas. Yeah. You're going to try to deepen your voice. That's the type of nigga you look like. You look like you the type of nigga who will try to deepen his voice.
With the squishy shit. Look, with the squishy shit, the toe sponges. But okay, so look, beware. What do you think about the Joe Rogan shit?
Yo, Trucker, that whole situation is crazy because, like I said, I never watched dude, nor never I even paid attention to him. Even when the whole fear factor shit was going on, I never even paid attention to that shit. I'm not into all that bugs and animals. Nah, keep that shit. Then I heard he's supposed to be like a comedian or something, and he was fucking with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
I never watched none of his stand-up shit. Never paid podcasting shit. But yesterday, when I think it was yesterday, I was strolling through YouTube and I saw Tommy had posted the same shit. And I'm like, yo, Joe Rogan said what? Hey, let me check this shit out. What the fuck is they talking about? And you just heard a whole bunch of nigga. I'm like, oh shit. See, this is why I never watched dude. And the same similar comment that was in your chat, they said something about Howard Stern. They brought up Howard Stern in Tommy's chat as well. Yeah. And Tommy referenced to the same similar thing as he had Robin there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, you know what I mean? She kind of, whatever the case may be, but the whole Joe Rogan thing, it was a whole bunch of
defending him to no end too.
Yeah.
Rider for that dude.
And the point Tommy was trying to make was that he said, yo, he should get canceled. Because like you saw what they did to Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
So, you're going to do that to Whoopi. And she apologized. And I'm not going to get on here and say what I actually want to say about that. But what I will say is that those people really feel like, well, they don't feel like, because they do. They run this world. Yep. And they know it.
Yep.
And the fuck shit is that no matter who says what, if they feel like if they feel offended by it, they can go and get. Yeah. So it's like, wait a minute, hold on, dogs. You serious? Nah. Joe Rogan do need to get the fuck up out of here, man.
Yeah, because let me ask you your opinion about this. Now, the N-word is one thing. You could say it was taken out of context. He can also say that he was just basically not trying to disparage black people by saying it. He was just repeating it, or he was just saying the whole entire word instead of just saying the N-word. So at least you have some type of explanation for that. But when you say that, when you got out that cab or whatever you was getting out of, and then
that shit right there was crazy.
And you said you walked into Planet of the Apes.
That was crazy. Like, come on, bro.
No.
Come on. Because so now, yeah, I'm not even gonna say what I want to say. So I'm gonna just leapfrog over that. But that Planet of the Apes,
like that to me, that's worse. To me, that's worse than the N-word stuff. Because it ain't no it ain't no explanation for that. Like, how do you, when you say we got out with the cab or whatever, let me just get this dude out of here, man. I'm sick of having to fucking time this dude out. Let me just get him out of here. But if you when you say we walked into Planet of the Apes, and then you go and say Africa, and then the guy on the left, that dude Joey Diaz, that's the dude. He's a really, really vulgar comic. He didn't even laugh because he grew up on black. He talks about growing up about blacks all the time too. So even he knew, like, don't laugh. That shit ain't funny. So even he knew that.
Honestly, I feel like this shit goes. I feel like that shit happened and happens more than we think. Like,
yeah,
I really feel like that shit happens a whole lot.
We just what was it, last month or a month or two ago? We found out that John Gruden was saying some racist shit too.
Yo, listen, this person right here, this EDU person. Yeah. Why black people can say it, but why would you want to say it?
You know what I say to that? You know what I say to that? In the same way that I can talk shit about my mom, but you can't. That's the same. That's the same. You can't say shit about my mama, but I can.
No, but they will. They will in the video. They won't say it to your face. Like they'll keep it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying in general. Like if you mad at your mama, you can call your mama all the names under the sun, but can't nobody else do that, right?
You know what, EDU? You have a large majority of black people who actually don't use that word. Now, yes. I am guilty of using that word.
There go Naifa.
And you have a lot of other black people who are guilty of using that word. But we instead of using it, instead of hearing that word and getting offended by it, we turned it into a word of endearment. So no white person can't come up to me and say, "Yo, what's up, my nigga?" Because his ancestors was the one who called my ancestors.
They created that word.
Yeah, and hung them. So no, I don't want to hear somebody from the opposite race call me that. Maybe a Latino person, because they more closer to us than anybody white, anybody Caucasian. So, but then you got a lot of Latinos who choose not to use that word, and if they do, they use it amongst themselves around their friends. But you have a lot of people, black folks, who are trying to get rid of that word or have people stop using it overall. You find a different word, like, yo, what's good, my boy? Or what's up, yo? What's the deal, my dude? Or something other than my nigga. At one point in time, for a good, strong 2.5 years, dudes around my old block used to use the word ninja. They used to be like, yo, what's up, my ninja? Mm-hmm. And that was, you still got some dudes probably to this day who may use that, but that fizzled out pretty quick.
Yeah.
But when someone of the opposite race says it, it just sounds a little bit more stabbing because it just don't hit right.
No.
Did that answer your question, EDU, without me being disrespectful? Because I know a lot of you trolls.
Somebody has a question also. I have a question. With all the words in the world, why do white people feel like we should have the right to say it?
And that's you got a point, Miss Nobody. You got a point.
I'm using the word nigga word in all of white.
You got a point.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped using that word nigga a while back out of respect. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah. Why was good enough? Why was good enough? You know, that's crazy. But see, like you got like real dudes in the street, like a Paul Wall. I ain't never heard nothing about Paul Wall using no N-word or nothing like that. But you heard Eminem. You heard Eminem say that. You heard Eminem had a thing where he got an
incident. Yeah.
He had an incident. And then you see like what's that dude, Justin Bieber? He got a lot of black people in his camp and he got caught using that. So I mean, I think it just depends. Like, people that know and people be truly with black people, because like Paul Wall got a black wife, and how that's gonna look,
his kids is half black, half white.
right? And how that's gonna look, you all the way white, you got a black wife, you hang around with blacks all the time, and then you're gonna use that any type of a reference to that word. It's unnecessary. And you know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary. And real ones know that. Like, I don't know what Eminem doing, because Eminem looked like one of them what's that dude that was rapping and then all of a sudden he's country, all of a sudden he's a Trump supporter. Rock, what's his name? Kid Rock. I can't stand that dude, man. They said Elvis did the same thing. Came up off black music and then switched to white. Kid Rock did the same thing. Came up off black music, then switched to white. Soon they got a name, they switched that shit.
Yeah, Kid Rock. He's also from Detroit. Yeah. He's also a Detroit native.
Yeah. But
never listened to him neither.
But he's got like in Nashville, he's got like a Kid Rock. He's got like some type of like a honky tonk type of a spot or something, some kind of crazy shit. Like, because again, they said Elvis did the same thing. He came up off black music and then he switched to white.
Nah, EDU, I didn't find anything you said offensive. I actually answered you respectfully. I don't get where you caught the I was offended. Nah, I wasn't offended by what you asked. Not at all.
Yeah, Paul.
Word, Paul. I never listened to Kid Rock neither. I don't.
Yeah, never.
Word.
I mean,
you know, I'm gonna be. Go ahead.
Just like I'm not a fan of what's his name, the other one that was going back and forth with Eminem.
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yes.
Don't like him either. Never heard him either. White rappers who use the N-word.
But you know, he did a album or a couple songs with DMX when DMX was in Arizona.
Machine Gun Kelly?
Yeah.
Sure. Them just never came out, did they?
I don't think it did. I don't think it did very well. That's probably why.
Mm-hmm. Never listened to
I mean, DMX is probably down on his luck, and motherfucker offer you some money. You know, like, okay, well,
it's only a few M songs I might have actually caught a vibe with, like when he did the 8 Miles.
Yeah.
That arms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. That shit. That one. I think it was Mama. I'm sorry, Mama. Make you heard that shit. You know, it really wasn't that many. Like, I wasn't one of those Eminem heavy fans. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm gonna be completely real with you. I'm not one of those black dudes who say, "Nah, I don't want to listen to nobody white rapping." Yeah. Nah, it just that it only was certain songs that he might have dropped, or certain tracks that he might have put out that caught me.
That one with Jay-Z was
Renegade was crazy. That caught my attention. Paul Wall caught my attention with a couple of joints he dropped, because that's when the whole chopped and screwed shit came out, and I was really, you know, feeling that vibe that Houston was rocking at that time. Yeah. Who else? I tried to give the Beastie Boys a rock because, you know, they're from New York, so I tried to see what they, you know, throw my ear out to them. They wasn't catchy. They was more for like the skater boys and the
party scene.
Yeah.
It was popping though. It was popping that album they had with Brass Monkey and Paul Revere, all that. That was popping.
Who was V Nasty? I never heard of her before. He said V Nasty, white girl rapper, went nowhere using the N-word in her songs. I never heard of her
either.
Yeah.
You can't do that though. You can't see, a lot of people get comfortable in their own area and they think that's gonna translate. No, just because people let you in your own area use that don't mean nothing. You can't do that.
That's a fact. Yeah, because you do, and you have had those white boys who felt like they was just super cool in the area where they was at. The people who they was around might have let them say it once or twice and like, yo, yeah, listen to Cal.
Yeah, because they had a
Cal
bag.
Cal just said what's up, my nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But then Cal get around some other black dudes and he, yo, yeah, what's up, my nigga? And they like, well, wait, what? He goes, nah, but the black dudes that I used to be with over there, they used to let me say it. So that be the issue, because you get a pass over here and then those dudes will be like, yo, what the fuck is you saying? Nah, I don't bring that shit over here. V Nasty was probably like 4 years ago, right? Yeah, I never heard of. I don't know who the fuck V Nasty is.
No,
never heard that name before.
Not white using no N word. You can't do that, man. I don't know what.
And to be honest with you, I'm gonna be real. I don't really fuck with that many new artists. I fuck with new Jamaican artists, like new artists coming out of Jamaica. I fuck with them. I don't really fuck with that. The drill music. Rest his soul, King Von. Rest his soul, FBG Duck. I fuck with them. I fuck with what's the homie name? Damn, it's another one from out there. Breezy. I fuck with 300 Breezy. I fuck with Rest his soul, Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
Those up and coming artists. I don't really somewhat of the Dirk, but like the little baby, the other baby, I can't really get into most of those guys. Like, I'm not really a new artist type of dude like that, especially when it comes to like American music. Because it seems like it's just the same shit. They just saying the same shit. They smoking they dead homies. They drinking the triple cup lean.
Yeah.
And they got a whole bunch of money going up their arms. So it's like they all saying the same shit. So it's like, fuck it.
Well,
the riff raff dude.
They don't even have to do that no more because that lean is fucking expensive as hell. They don't even have to fucking shoot it up their arm no more. They can drink it.
Wasn't that riff raff dude on something on what was that shit on VH1? Wasn't he like on some VH1 show or some shit like that? And then a nigga became a rapper with colorful hair. He was the first Tekashi.
Yeah. Wasn't he out of Texas though?
Was he out of Texas or was he out of Florida?
Florida. Okay, Florida.
It was he said it. Paul said H-Town. Yeah, Paul said H-Town.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew it. I'm like, yo, but he was the first Tekashi without the snitching.
Yeah.
So,
but here's the other thing. Speaking of Texas, now they got some dudes in Dallas. I listened to like they got this dude called GS Lil Ron, Get Money Lil Ronnie. I got Go Yayo, Sauce Walker, and a few other of them dudes from Dallas. Like that dude.
I listened to Mo 3. I caught a couple of hits on before he passed away, and then when he passed away, I kind of like tried to catch up a little bit on some of his joints.
Yeah, Mo 3. That Dallas rap the Dallas rap kind of remind me of like California, like LA, like NWA type shit, like back in the day,
early '90s.
Yeah. But I mean, say it's like modern, but it's different. Like a lot of people ain't on it. For whatever reason, but they coming hard and they beats is hard and shit like that. So that's reminiscent of how they used to do it in LA and shit back in the day. But like the Bay Area too, like the Bay Area. I was watching that. Have you seen that Master P documentary?
Wait, which one though? The last one that he just dropped?
I think it is.
Was it the last one when he was how he became who he is? Yeah, I watched that. I seen that one. It was like a 7-part
documentary. He had to do, and he was selling records, and nobody was buying them.
Out the trunk and all that. Yeah,
that's a cold story.
That's a real hustler's move.
Right, but back then they had like like Too Short, and they had them beats, and they had that raw rap shit, and them beats was banging. So that's the same shit like coming out of Texas right now. All that like back in that like 80s 90s era where they had all that shit, and that's when 808s and all that shit came out and all that shit. They was putting the raps on them 808 beats and shit like that. That's how them dudes from Texas coming. That shit be knocking, and they talking that hustle shit, and they talk that little drug shit and
I would
lean
still
shit.
not for nothing. I would still listen to E40. Like if I heard some E40, I listen to E40. I ain't gonna hold you just because. And I ain't even trying to say it to be funny, but like he actually, it sounds funny, but then he makes sense to himself. But then if you actually pay attention to it, you catch it. If you like, okay, E40, like I rock with him. I rock with E40.
Yeah.
It's Too Short. Too Short. I think in order for you to actually enjoy Too Short music, you have to be into home. Wait, I'm mad. I'm tired of coding. I need some. This must be the fish. This got to be one of the fishes. It's sad. You see how sad your life have to be a troll on YouTube, though.
Yeah.
Like I never knew you could actually enjoy your life being a troll. So like you go to when you get off, you got a notepad that you check. I troll this person. Check. I troll this person. Check. Troll this person. Well, troll this person tomorrow. So that's what y'all be doing. Damn, man, that's bad. But anyway, trucker, like I was saying, so E40, Too Short. In order for you to get into Too Short music, you literally got to be out there like popping your collar, fucking a bunch of bitches, and just pouring liquor all over them. Like that's the only way you can actually enjoy and get into Too Short music. You gotta have a bitch here, a bitch here. You gotta just be bitches everywhere with weed, liquor, and you got to keep popping your collar. That's the only way you can actually get into Too Short music. But E40 shit cool. You could just, you could throw E40 shit on and swerve, sway.
I just heard one. He got a new joint out with not Wale. What's the other dude that smoke weed? Real skinny dude. He
Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa. E40, that's one of the hardest. That's one of the hardest flows I done heard come out of him. I mean, he just ripped it. I'm like, and the beat banging. Wale, he embarrassed Wale. If I was Wale, not Wale. Wiz Khalifa. If I was Wiz Khalifa, I would be embarrassed. He destroyed him.
Yeah, like Wiz Khalifa. I never got into Wiz music. Yeah, I never. Yeah, and I'm a heavy weed head. I love my bud, but I just can't. Just like I never really was a Snoop, a Snoop fan like that. Because I smoke weed. I don't need to hear somebody constantly keep rapping about smoking weed. Like, okay, how many blunts you going? All right, no doubt. 22 G's, yeah, 22 G's from Brooklyn. Yeah, he from the town. He from Brooklyn. He cool. Now that drill scene, that whole drill scene there. Now, so you got three different drill scenes. Well, now the drill is picking up a lot of places, but you had initially three drill scenes. You had the UK, where you can say it initially started, and then it migrated to Chicago, where they like blew that drill shit like out the building. And then New York started picking up on it, and them cats from Brooklyn, they kind of really, and then you got some cats from the borough. I'm from the Bronx, that picked up on it, and they started like implementing they whole thing to the drill scene. So wait, if Whoopi got sued, Joe Rogan should be fired. Joe Rogan definitely should be fucking fired, but they're not gonna fire Joe Rogan. Spotify is the ones who actually hid those files and then brought them back up. You see how fucked up that shit is, though, trucker? Spotify was the ones.
Because they got a big deal. They don't want to lose that. They don't want to lose Joe
India
Rogan.
Irene.
Podcaster it is.
It was
They don't
India
wanna lose
Irene, and it was who's the old white dude? You know the old white dude.
Neil Young.
Neil Young. They when they pulled their shit back, they said, "Hold on, wait. Remember these files? What he said? What he said? Let's put those out there." Word.
Well,
I'm telling you.
He was doing that because of like the vaccine type shit.
But Joe Rogan always listen. From what everybody put out there about this dude, those clips that they said, is like I told you, I don't watch him. So with the clips that they showed, they said he been speaking about the vaccine for the longest. Like he been voicing his opinion. They put that and the whole nigga shit. They brought all that shit back out. They brought the whole nigga shit and the vaccine talk that he used to have. He was having and all that shit. Yeah. Why now? Like Whoopi shouldn't even have been suspended. That whole suspension for 2 weeks bullshit. Like
But see, that's what happens. But that's what happens when you know what you're talking about. It absolutely was about race. She was saying it wasn't about race. It was about humanity. Like they wanted to wipe them people. That's why you shouldn't speak on shit you don't know what you're talking about. First of all, if anybody should know that she can't say nothing like that because they pretty much run the whole industry. You can't talk about them like that. If anybody should know, that should be her. Her last name is Goldberg.
Listen, this is I'm not going to sit here and say I know exactly where Whoopi was coming from, but I feel like this is probably where she was coming from when that whole situation. I guess she tried to make it seem like, how can Hitler, who's white, be racist to another race that's white? I guess that's what she was trying to make it seem. So she was like, that's not racism. That's whatever she tried to make it out to be. She said, but I'm looking at it from...
She doesn't know what you're talking about because people of a certain race can be racist against their own race.
I guess that's where she didn't get, where she had missed that at. She missed that. But I feel like that's what she was trying to say. And just, it came out different. You know what I mean? But she was trying to, I feel like that was the point she was trying to make. The point she was trying to make is how Hitler, who's a white man, could be racist towards these people when, like, we was the ones that was being, had racism towards us. Like, we're black and they're white. That's how she tried to put it. I feel like that's where she was going with it. But I don't think she deserved a 2-week suspension. They should never suspended her for that. If they wanted to have somebody come and educate her,
you can't do that though. You can't speak on that. You can't speak on nothing Holocaust.
No,
they run the building, man.
Yeah, you absolutely right. But Whoopi felt like she probably felt like her shit was solidified, and nothing like this would happen.
Real quick. It ain't. You found out real quick. You ain't. But see, so again, some of these prominent black people, sometimes they forget. They forget that you just a guest here. You don't belong here. You just a guest here. And until we start, that's just like in the NFL. Until we start having some ownership, ain't nothing gonna change. They're gonna make all the rules they want to, unless they get somebody, unless the NFL says you have to sell one of these teams to some blacks, and B, you have to start hiring blacks. Nothing gonna happen.
You saw what the Vision said. He said she wasn't talking down on them, and she still got disciplined, which is true, and that's 100% fact.
But you can't that's like they look at that as being like a Holocaust denier or something like that. You can listen. You cannot say in Hollywood anything that's on TV. You can't say nothing bad like that. That's absolutely out of the question.
Yeah,
It's
we could
absolutely
just
out of
all
order.
go back to what happened in Nick Cannon.
Yes. Yes.
With
You
the
can't do
shit.
that. You can't do that. They run the place. That's like going in your boss. That's like going into if you go work at a job and you know you got a supervisor or whatever and you talk shit about the supervisor. You out of here, dude. You can't do
Oh yeah,
that.
it's over. Trucker listen to Riff Raff in Chicago.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. I mean, so it's like you get talking about the boss. Like certain people, you know, they like for example, when Joe Biden said, you know, made that comment, "You ain't black unless you vote for
If you
me."
don't vote for me, yeah.
Right.
Like
What's that dude? He used to be on CNN. The black dude. He's on the internet. I mean, he's on YouTube now.
Noah?
No.
What's it the
I can't think of his name right now. He's a chubby black dude. Anyway, he didn't say nothing. He didn't say not one word about it. And when he said it, he didn't. He may have had a show and he didn't even mention it. So that's what I'm saying. Like people know who they can talk about and who they can speak on and all of that. See, that's why I don't like. I don't never want to be like that. Like if I speak on something, I'm gonna speak on something. Like I'm gonna do a video tomorrow about that young man that got killed. The little boy that got killed because the neighbor had him in the car and felt like he could run from the police with the kids in the car, and and because you got kids in the car, the police ain't supposed to do nothing. To me, that's like remember in New Jack City when Nino Brown picked up that little girl and used her as a shield so that they
oh
wouldn't shoot him,
yeah.
right? To
Yeah.
me, that's the same thing. So if so when they pulled you over, they pulled you over for speeding at 1:00 in the morning, and you got underage kids at 1:00 in the morning, right? I don't know what you was doing out. I think they was cleaning some streets or something. I don't know. He had some type of business, whatever. But you out at 1:00 in the morning. These kids, number one. Number two, they found alcohol in the car after it was all said and done. So you're riding
Oh
around with
man.
alcohol. You got alcohol in your breath, according to the police. Now they charged him with DUI. So evidently they had some evidence to charge him with DUI. They didn't charge him with human trafficking or anything like that because they didn't have any evidence. They charged him with DUI because there was evidence, right? So then dude don't have no license. He had a suspended license. So
Wow.
what he's saying is that he pulled over, they pulled him over, he pulls over. They want to see his license or his ID or whatever. He doesn't give it to him. So apparently the police broke the glass or something. So then he takes off. He pulled over, got kids in the car, takes off after they I think they busted the windows out or something because he wouldn't give him his ID because he already knew it was suspended. So he probably felt like I'm gonna go to jail right now, and this is my only way out. So he he got the kids in the car. He takes off and then gets on the phone 911 and says, "Hey, I'm in fear for my life. I got kids in the car. Can you tell them to back off?" So to me, that's like Nino Brown scooping up the girl and the little girl so they don't shoot at him because they got the girl. That's exactly what that is. And so they try to blame the police. Now, don't get me wrong, police fuck up all the time. But they used the pit maneuver and it flipped the car and it killed the boy. Apparently they're not supposed to do a pit maneuver if they got kids in the car. But they trying to put 100% of the blame on the police when you got the dude who took off knowing he got kids in the car, knowing you drunk and knowing you ain't got no license, and you're gonna take off and call 911 talking about I'm fear. Why are you fearing your life? All you had to do is give me your ID. You got kids in the car. So we're gonna talk about that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a double edge right there because the cops had to see. I'm not a oink oink lover, but in this situation, the cops had to stop him some way. They should have found a better way of stopping him, but he's a dick for having the kids in the car with him. He was leaving from wherever he was working, and they was on their way going back wherever they was going, and he got pulled over, right?
Yeah, I think they were going home or something. And then so the parents are saying, even the parents said, the driver has some blame in the matter, but the police shouldn't have done. So they basically trying to put all of it on the police. When number one, he knew he was drinking.
Yeah,
Number two, you knew you had kids in the car.
facts.
Number three, you know your license was suspended.
So that's 3 strikes right there. That's 3.
So okay, number one, how are you in fear of your life? You in the wrong all the way around. And you're gonna call 911 like that's gonna give you some type of alibi and tell them that you got kids in the car. What the fuck is you taking off? They could
Yeah,
have
you
shot
should
the
never.
car.
Yeah, damn. So
You
the
could have. They
kids
could have
still
shot.
end up
Look, they
dying
didn't have
though.
to. They didn't have to let you take off. They could have shot that car up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's here's what I'll never do. I'm speaking from a dude that ran from the police, got shot at by the police, and got away. I would never do that with kids in the car ever. I'm pulling over and taking whatever consequences.
No smart person would do some shit like that with kids in the car. Like a person who actually think before they do things, that'd be the last thing they would do. Once they've seen the kids, they shouldn't have. You absolutely right. You 100% right,
But you
Divisions. They
also
shouldn't
have
have
to. Okay, you also
spike.
have to look at. Okay,
They
the
could have
dude
had
pulled
spikes.
over. Dude
Yeah, they could
pulled
have spiked the
over.
tires. Right.
Right. Dude pulled over. He stopped. And then to me, in my opinion, he grabbed the girl like Nino Brown and tried to use them kids as a shield because he didn't want to go to jail.
Yeah, people don't care, Naifa, and that's what's crazy because, like I just said, it's a double-edged sword because the Visions just said how I feel. The cops shouldn't have used the pit maneuver, but whatever way they could have stopped them. You said spike the tires, so that's one actually having to get in front of him and get the
What if they
lead.
spike the tires, they lose control, and they have the same shit happens anyway?
That too, because high speed, the spike tires, you blow them shits, blow all 4, that shit going everywhere.
Right. And here's the other thing. You gotta understand where you at. You in Georgia, not California. California, if you take off and it's like that, they letting you go because they're gonna get you with the helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
They're not following you like that. They following with that helicopter.
You know what state is that? It's a state I was just watching on the news that got they got the grapple. They got the shit that throws the grapple around the tire, and they say since they've been using that maneuver, that no fatalities has happened.
Yeah.
It grapples, I guess the shit.
Arkansas and Georgia are notorious for flipping cars on that pit maneuver. There was another. It was Arkansas. I saw it on YouTube where they did the pit maneuver and the car flipped all over and killed everybody in the car. Damn near. I think everybody but one. And they charged the one that survived. They charged him with murder, and it was a little kid. So I'm saying, like, yeah, they didn't have to do that, but dude, what the fuck is you doing running with kids in the car? And you drunk and you got no license. What do you mean you scared for your life? You all the way dirty. What you mean you scared for your life? You scared to go to jail. That's what that is. You pull over. They ask you for your license. You know your license suspended. You know you've been drinking, and you know you got kids in the car.
Shouldn't have pit maneuver. You're right. That's a fact. The driver should take 100% fault. Like you know what? The cop is wrong, and I feel like he should get some discipline for using that pit remover because you ended up killing a kid when you actually could have did something. When you actually could have prevented that and went about it a whole different way. But the driver put those kids' lives in that position. So
right.
He do deserve that.
So you can say that you shouldn't have did this, and shouldn't have did that, but that motherfucker should have never left.
I know. I don't want to get off topic quick.
You put those kids in jeopardy. I don't give a fuck if you're on 911 talking about why did you fear your life? All you had to do is show them your ID and go to jail.
That's it. Facts. I don't want to get off topic, but yo, what's the shit Joe talking about? Who protested? What truckers protested in Canada for?
Canada shit. They Trudeau, the prime minister, he made it mandatory for when you enter or exit. I think for sure when you enter, but maybe when you exit too, that you have to be vaccinated.
Oh
And
shit.
truckers are mad about that. But here's the thing. None of that's gonna go on in the United States. Ain't nobody protesting shit in the United States. Because first of all, it's not mandatory. And secondly, truckers are they not loyal like that. They not gonna do shit.
Yo, Visions, you right about that. The driver was drunk. But at the end of the day, I feel like he should have just kept his ass still. Let him know, yo, I don't got to. But you know what it was? Trucker, he was gonna get hit with driving drunk. He was gonna get hit with driving without a license.
Yep.
And then they was gonna tack on a whole bunch of other charges.
Endangering kids because you get
dangerous minors.
Driving drunk.
Yeah, definitely. He was gonna definitely get hit with about a good 5 charges, maybe. So
but guess what he got now?
Yeah.
He got murdered now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's done now. He could have knocked a couple of those charges off, especially like with the kids, because he could have just said, you know, we just finished working. Yeah, you know, I lost my license, blah blah blah, and just would have took the driving on a suspended license and driving while intoxicated. The other charges probably would have got knocked out. The cops would have drove the kids home. They would have been waking up the next morning.
But I'm gonna tell you like this: if that was my child, I'm not gonna be mad at the police. I'm gonna be mad at that dude because you put my kids in that situation. You should have took what you had coming to you and leave the kids out of it. You put the kids in it when you take off. You could at least said, "Okay, kids, get out the car."
I don't know who T. Wu was. That's the kid who got hit in his head. Rest in soul. He dead. They killed him, man. Young boy, young boy in Brooklyn. He was I don't really know too much about him, but the story says that one of his ops, you know how it goes. One of his ops, something happened. Yeah, he was they said he was Pop Smoke, like he was one of the dudes that hung around Pop Smoke. Yeah, he was one of his peoples. Yeah. And I guess one of the dudes he was beefing with had got shot, hit up or something like that. And then the following day, shit happened with him. Now he not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that whole situation with the driver, he do need his ass handed to him, because the kids' lives was in his hands. And like I said, the cop was wrong for using a pit maneuver, knowing kids was in that car.
But see, here's the thing, though. I saw a thing that the police said they had tinted windows in the back he couldn't see.
Oh,
now,
shit,
of course, the police gonna try to say whatever, but that's a possibility. If you got tinted windows in the back, I'm looking at you.
You can't really see.
Maybe not.
And now, if there was a kid in the driver's seat, because you a passenger, there's a driver's seat, and then the back seat usually hold 3 passengers. 2 if you want space. So now, if the cop came up to the window and you say it's 1:30 at night, the cop not actually bending down, he's only looking at the driver, so he only can see the driver. So he might not have known it was kids in the car. He might not have known it was some teens in the car, because they probably just didn't say anything. But if he saw those kids in that car and he did that pit maneuver, that shit's crazy. He should have called in for backup and had somebody come and whip around in front and try to box him in or some shit like that, instead of hitting that pit maneuver, if he actually knew kids was in that car.
Well, on the other hand, he did call 911, and he did say, did tell the dispatcher, I got kids in the car, they chasing me. And then the dispatcher said, we told him there's kids in the car. So it's 2 different stories going on there. But here's the thing. Ultimately, that responsibility, in my opinion, should be 100% on the driver, because he could have simply just handed over his license, went to jail, and saved them kids.
No, but he ain't had no license, so you can say, yo, my shit is suspended.
Yeah, if that was my son, I would do a crime just to get up in there and see if I can get next to that dude.
You heard what you see this comment Division said that makes sense. Yeah, that flashlight and training as a cop scan the car back. Yup, you're absolutely right. But again, I'm not a cop, you know what I mean? So I never was on the outside. So can you actually use that flashlight to look in the tinted window and see a figure if the shit is like really tinted out?
That's the thing. Like, I mean, until they release the body cam, which they haven't released yet.
Yeah, that's
we
gonna
don't
take
know,
some months.
which might be a thing. Like, because there might be some culpability for the police for doing that. Because here's the other thing: not every time you use the pit maneuver does it flip the car. Not every time. So that's
so what you saying? He might have did it a little too forceful.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it depends on the circumstance. You know, you can do pit maneuver and you can hit it just right where it flip, or you can do it where it hit it just right and it spin. That's the other thing. Now, it's the policy that they're supposed to, if they have information that there's children in the car, that gives them that I guess they're not supposed to use the pit maneuver. I mean, it's fucked up. That whole, I mean, you get these people who want to use these kids as a shield. To me, in my personal opinion, he used them kids as a shield to think that he's gonna get away that night.
That was fucked up. That was really fucked up.
He called 911.
And said I had kids. So what you was expecting by you saying you got kids in the car for
to back off.
The back, yeah, come on, man. Nah, they want to actually get those kids out of that car away from you. You're drunk. Yes, man, massive.
I mean, because they know now, they smelt it on your breath. You didn't give them no ID, so why you wouldn't give somebody no ID? If you legit, I'm giving them everything here. What you want here? I get pulled up right here. You get everything here. I'm legit here. Take the shit. I don't want no problem. That's how you don't get problems. See, people say, I'm scared. I'm in fear for my life. I'm scared. That's because you didn't give them the shit.
No, it's not even that. It's because they fear for their life because they saw what happened to people who actually gave up their shit and fuck shit still happened. But then you have those people who gave up their shit and no fuck shit happened. Everything was everything. But then you have these fucking dirty oinks who fuck with you just to fuck with you. So it's like, hey, yo, what are you doing? I'm not even doing nothing. So you really just gonna follow me for a whole mile to see if I swerve? So you gonna drive behind me for a whole mile just to see if I swerve?
But here's the thing. Here's the other thing too. He know you didn't have no license.
Yeah, so he should have. He should have just gave up.
It was over. You listen. You 100% dirty, and they caught you with kids in the car. So they basically caught you with your drawers. There's nothing you can do but give up.
Yeah, so
unless you're gonna jeopardize them kids, which is selfish as fuck.
And you did.
That's exactly what happened.
How many kids was in the car?
2, but only one. I think only one didn't have a seatbelt on.
Shit.
And he got ejected.
Shit. Man, his soul rest in peace, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. But we're gonna talk more about that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I want to get out of here. I got to get out of here because I got to do some driving still. These motherfuckers mad at me because I'm late. But I don't give a shit because, look, it's safety, it's weather. I'm not driving at night on no ice and shit like that. I can't see that shit. I passed.
Yeah, so we had a ice storm up here up in Maine the past 2 days.
Yeah,
it was raining ice.
All that shit get on the highway and the temperature be down to like 15 and shit. That shit don't go nowhere. I'm not driving at night. I'm driving in the daytime, and so look.
Yeah, it was
I'm in the twilight of my career, and I'm not trying to do nothing stupid in no ditch or no ice or nothing like that. Fuck.
It was 40 accidents in 40 accidents, and out of the 40 accidents, it was 3 fatalities and two critical. The other ones was just like, you know what I mean? Other 35 was just normal regular joint. You know what I mean? Like the car just spent out and went off the road, hit the guardrail and shit like that. But it was about accidents up here throughout those 2 days.
Yeah. I passed probably 6 truck accidents on the way here. They slammed into each other. The
Beta vision
trailer and caught on fire. All kinds of shit.
A plow truck out here. A plow truck was left idling. When that shit came back, it was like popping like popcorn, B. That shit, no bullshit. Like the whole top of the pickup truck, just like, if you remember the old school Jiffy Pop shits that you used to put on the stove and it turned into like a bowl, and then it popped open with the popcorn in it.
Yeah.
It was like that. That shit was just like that. It popped right up like a fucking Jiffy Pop, yo. Word. And then you just heard the shit like crickling and popping and all that shit. The shit blew up like twice.
Right. Shit
was crazy out here. That weather. Oh man. And then where my wife's mom's is at. My wife's mom's is in New Mexico, and they was just in the 9 degrees. They was just down to 9 degrees today and yesterday. Word.
That's where all that.
New Mexico.
That's where that black ice, all that shit. Yeah, I don't do
that shit. I'm in the house. We not driving. We got everything we need. Everything shut down. We good. Fuck that shit. That shit too dangerous to be out there, B. It's melting though. It's melting out here though.
Yeah, and in the daytime you get like 40 degrees. I'm there. I'm moving, but shit, like like it's night right now. I'm give me a little nap, wake up, crack it on, wait till get that sun out.
We're not gonna see 40-degree weather out here until probably like April.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna touch 40s. This shit gonna stay in between like the 20s and the negatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up in North Maine. This shit different out here.
Yeah. So I'm going to Virginia. I'm going to Virginia. It's probably going to be like in the 30s.
Yeah, it's cold up there too. It's cold out there too. They just had a snowstorm.
Yeah. But the storm will pass. Now it's just the after effects, just to make sure that like they get, some 40-degree days or something like that, get some sun out there, melt some of that shit, and then it's all good. So yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, man. Appreciate you stopping by. We're gonna have this discussion about that dude that ran and
try to find like the news clip on the news article on that.
I already got it. I was gonna do it tonight, but I seen that Joe Rogan shit. I said, yeah, we gotta talk about that. Joe Rogan.
All right, yeah. So yeah, I want to see more. Matter of fact, I might even look that whole situation up that you were speaking on about the kids.
Yeah. His name is Taden Boykins.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay.
All right, later, chat. Yeah, be easy.
Appreciate you stopping by. Beware. Stay at them trolls. And we're gonna be at you real soon. Take care.